I just make dollars, I don't make deals. I've been going hard in the paint, still blowing kush clouds till I can't feel like. Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like. 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like. 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right?
Yeah. I fuck about $1 million, I keep it a trend, resilient, they energy off. My image is God reaching deep in the pot, I got features of people like lost. Yeah, R.I.P. on me, TT. The melanin on me, my cheekbone is native, the soil is my where I walk. Some beavers on me, my nigga, go figure, my inner make enemy scoff. Admit it, your energy off. My frequency killer, you soft. I show people love, they act like they above it, but switch when they see me, I'm lost. I tell the truth when I talk. Niggas wanna be me. I used to sleep in the car till my girl went and crashes in car. Now I got a crib down the street. Young niggas made it so far. I never lose what I'm on. For now I'm cool being me. But I need you to match what I'm on. How you wanna play games when I won? Ay, I play with cash for the fun. Women looking at me, she think I'm needing her on. I'm doing me for me, hun. I never needed no one. I never bleed around sharks. They're saying you are what you eat, but she wanted me to be lunch. God body from the turf, my hair in the breeze. Bitch, I'm Farrakhan, keep the peace, I look out for me.
Yeah, fuck about what they say, I can't hear 'em from the clouds. Ay. I don't talk too much, but these diamonds talking loud. Ay. And I'm turning heads, got these bitches going out. Ay. Fuck about what they say, what they say, what they say. Yeah, I can't hear 'em from the clouds. Ay.
Diamond so vibe, always down to slide. I've been real from the jump start, it's just part of my design. I've been self-made, you know the bills paid, I feel the spark to subscribe. You want a real one, well I'm the real thing, I run a rampant through a mind. Ayy, yeah, I never lose what I'm on. I'm always cool with being me, they never match what I'm on. I play with cash for the fun. God body from the turf, my hair in the breeze. I'm Farrakhan, keep the peace, I look out for me.
Yeah, fuck about what they say, I can't hear 'em from the clouds. Ay. I don't talk too much, but these diamonds talking loud. Ay. And I'm turning heads, got these bitches going out. Ay. Fuck about what they say, what they say, what they. Fuck about what they say, I can't hear 'em from the clouds. Ay.
I'm way up, nothing less than, and I'ma stay up.
Can't hear 'em from the clouds. Ay.
God, please save him for me. Protect his peace, no matter what he's enduring.
Look, I feel like Kobe 24, you know I had to ice my wrist. I've been ballin' since a young, you know I had to stack my chips. Bending corners, 12 personas, know we had to take them risks. You want a spot, then take a shot, don't give a fuck about no miss. We in the field, but I'm in the end zone, no I can't lie. Girl is a friend, but she in the friend zone. Look at the score. I'm sorry, little brother, you know you can't win. You shit like a knockout. I punch like take when I aim this chin. So we in the back of the back. Last name drip real shit, so you know I get drippy. You ain't on my side, ain't on my team. Yeah, I'm running the city. Don't gotta ask if it's with me. Yeah, I play the block like a Wimby. I shoot till it's empty. Sticks in the back of the Bentley. Look, I feel like Kobe 24, you know I had to ice my wrist. I've been ballin' since a young, you know I had to stack my chips. Bending corners, 12 personas, know we had to take them risks. You want a spot, then take a shot, don't give a fuck about no miss. I feel like Kobe 24, you know I had to ice my wrist. I've been ballin' since a young, you know I had to stack my chips. Bending corners, 12 personas, know we had to take them risks. You want a spot, then take a shot, don't give a fuck about no miss. You ain't on my team, just back it up. Like, oh, they want smoke, we gon' pack them up. Just look at the score and the time is up. I'm on where you gon' lose, better back it up. Pack it up, like oh they want smoke, we gon' pack them up. Just look at the score and the time is up. I'm a one you gon' lose, better back it up. Yeah, add it up, send me the work, I back it up. Zip, they mad as fuck, cause I get a bag and I rack it up. Quick, Audemars, Hublot, Patty, Trent, Louis, luggage, Paris. I feel like Kobe 24, you know I had to ice my wrist. I've been ballin' since a young, you know I had to stack my chips. Bending corners, 12 personas, know we had to take them risks. You want a spot, then take a shot, don't give a fuck about no miss. Feel like Kobe 24, you know I had to ice my wrist. I've been ballin' since a young, you know I had to stack my chips. Bending corners, 12 personas, know we had to take them risks.
All right, y'all know how this goes. I ain't got no money. I'm just giving you my opinion. For some reason, some of y'all seem to think my damn script is my opinion. That's why it says at the end to check the goddamn full screen. Anyways, that's all I got to say. You see the disclaimer. Don't come for me. And that is it. Let's begin.
Let's get it. Green light, let's get it. Green light, let's get it. Let's get it. Green light, let's get it. Green light, let's get it. Green light, let's get it. I'm the future, I'm in it. Check score, I'm winning. Green light, let's get it. I just win. Win. I'm on 10.
All right, hello, welcome to Talk On It. I'm gonna try to be calm because I've noticed I'm yelling the hell out of this damn thing. Anyways, my name is Kisu. I just want to let me see here now. Every damn time, I'm gonna go ahead and say hello.
Hello, motherfucker.
Hello.
And
Hi.
And I'm just gonna give y'all a disclaimer. Tonight is gonna be long as hell. I'm starting to think maybe I need to change up the days because I'm missing a lot of fucking news that we need to know about. Anyways, let's go ahead and begin because this shit is ridiculous.
And then the got me.
Fuck her and all of them. Billy Porter sounds off on Nicki Minaj after her alignment with Drumpf MAGA. So when Billy Porter was asked about Nicki Minaj aligning with Donald Drumpf, he didn't do the polite Hollywood dodge. He didn't fake a smile. He didn't give a PR answer. He said exactly what a lot of people were thinking about and too scared to say out loud. Fuck her. And then double down with when people show you who they are, believe them the first time. Fuck her and all of them. Look, god dang it, I done blocked several people on my damn Spotify. It's ridiculous. That wasn't a slip. That was clarity. Porter made those comments on the red carpet at the Music Cares 2026 Person of the Year Gala. And when he pressed, he didn't soften it. He followed with shame and made it clear he wasn't interested in what the stance might cost him. That's important because Hollywood usually treats political alignment like a branding exercise instead of a moral one. Now let's talk about why this blew up. Nicki Minaj recently showed up at a U.S. Treasury Department event and publicly called herself the biggest fan of Donald Trump. You the only one. Not subtle, not vague, full commitment. She later flashed what she called a Drumpf gold card, which Drumpf had been selling as some shortcut fantasy to citizenship and residency. This motherfucker would sell our souls if he knew how. She posted online claiming it was finalizing her citizenship paperwork, praising Drumpf as a wonderful, gracious, and charming. Except none of that is real. According to the New York Times, that so-called gold card has zero legal standing. It's a souvenir, a prop, a political trinket. Nicki Minaj has been a permanent U.S. resident for over 20 years and has been eligible to apply for citizenship long before she ever decided to play footsie with Drumpf on stage. A Homeland Security official confirmed that quietly because facts don't need theatrics. Billy Porter's real point wasn't just about Nicki, it was about motive. He flat out questioned why celebrities keep cozying up to power that harms the very communities they profit from. He even called out the transactional thinking about it. The idea, the proximity to Drumpf equals favor, money, or protection. And as Porter pointed out, Drumpf didn't even pardon people when he had the chance. So the math isn't mathing. This wasn't clear celebrity beef. This was a line being drawn, and I don't disagree with this motherfucker. I personally feel like his hair looks better when it's up. This heifer over here done lost her damn mind, and apparently she trying. Take your ass back to Trinidad. I honestly don't care anymore because your ass done showed it too damn much, and we really are tired of it. We really are. Anyways, moving on, because I told you it's a long-ass night tonight. Let me bring this down, because shit is about to get real. Let me go ahead and tell y'all. Now let's move to the next one. And as you can see, I'm in a sweater. I'm cold as fuck. My house is cold. This one just don't make sense. I think these two just need to stay away from each other because that man is getting it real bad. You'll understand when I show y'all. Shakari Richardson's speeding arrest led to her boyfriend also going to jail. How the fuck? How is that a 2-for-1 is what I don't get. Shakari Richardson is fast, Olympic level fast, but speed doesn't mean invincible, and it damn sure doesn't mean untouchable. On January 29th, Richardson was arrested in Florida after being clocked driving 104 miles, damn, that's worse than me, per hour in a 65 zone near Orlando. Not once, not accidentally, she was reportedly weaving through lanes, flashing headlights at other drivers, following too close. What the hell was the emergency, heifer? Either you was about to shit yourself, are you pregnant? Were you on your way to the hospital? Because I don't understand this shit here. And even passing on the shoulder, all while driving an Aston Martin with low back tires. Oh my God, this girl done lost her rabbit ass mind. Florida police arrested her under the state's new super speeder law, which kicks in when someone is going over 100 miles per hour or more than 50 miles per hour above the limit. This wasn't a warning situation. This was you're going to jail situation. This is basically what that's saying. Body cam footage shows Richardson pleading not to be arrested, offering explanations that only made things worse, and the officer laid it out plainly. This wasn't just speeding. It was dangerous driving with subpar equipment. That distinction matters because it shifts the charge from traffic nonsense into public safety. You dumbass. This is also Richardson's second arrest in less than 6 months. Are you on drugs? What the hell is your issue? You got talent, you got money, and your ass is wasting it. The hell? Last summer, she was arrested in Seattle for a DV incident involving her boyfriend, who is still with her. I don't know why. Fellow Olympian Christian Coleman, and that was also caught on camera. Patterns matter whether people want to admit it or not. Coleman then made things worse, this time by showing up at a traffic stop and refusing to follow police instructions. He was arrested for stopping on a limited access roadway, resisting without violence, and possession of drug paraphernalia after officers found a glass smoking device with cannabis residue in his vehicle. Man, you got to understand what state you are in, because that is absolutely asinine. Why would you do that shit? You just wanted to be with your girl, didn't you? Just tell the truth. Shit. Here's why this story hits harder. The gossip. Shakari Richardson is one of the most visible black women in sports right now, and visibility cuts both ways. Cameras don't turn off when you're having a bad day. Fame doesn't slow consequences, and Florida doesn't care how fast you run when you're endangering everybody else on the road. Talent doesn't cancel accountability, ever. So I don't know what to say. The girl is fucking up, and I pray for her because honestly, it ain't going to end well. You got all that talent, you got all that ability, but yet you going to fuck around and find out. And I'm really sorry, but if that story pops up again, it will be in that area. I'm just saying, because your ass is not learning for shit. Anyways, moving on because, like I said, we got a long ass night and I'm going to get all this shit out. I'm seriously thinking about moving to Thursdays. I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think. Anyways, let's check this one out. Ooh, Lord.
Emotional content.
17 black celebs who were arrested for speaking out against justice. So let's talk about this shit because there's a lot of protests going on. And believe me, I ain't bringing my ass out there. It's too damn cold, but I will talk about it. I will get the word out because y'all ain't going to fuck me up. So on January 29th, federal agents arrested Don Lemon and 3 other black leaders while they were documenting anti-ICE protests at a Minnesota church. Let that sit. Not vandalizing, not threatening, not documenting, observing. Documenting, observing, and recording. Lemon and independent journalist Georgia Fort were released the next day, but the message was already sent. Watching power makes power uncomfortable. Hey, Joker, how you doing? You need to come get these damn cats because they done lost their damn mind. I don't know what the hell it is. Maybe it's because it's so damn cold. I don't know. I'm gonna have the TED talk too, because I think I got a stalker. I'm not sure, an ignorant one at that. Anyways, and this isn't new. This is tradition. Black resistance in America has always been criminalized first and understood later. Martin Luther King Jr. was arrested 20 times. Rosa Parks was arrested for refusing to give up her seat. Claudette Colvin did the same thing 9 months earlier and helped end segregation through courts. Jesse Jackson, Julian Bond, Harry Belafonte, Maya Angelou, Ralph Abernathy, Kwame Ture, Dick Gregory, all arrested. Not because they were wrong, but because they were loud. Fast forward to modern times, the pattern stays the same. DeRay McKesson arrested for filming protests. Wesley Lowry charged while covering Ferguson. Angela Davis jailed, hunted, and later acquitted because the truth eventually caught up. Let me see. Auntie Joker is on the way to get the babies. You can have them, because these little motherfuckers, I don't know what it is. Usually they asleep. The motherfuckers is practicing road drag races and shit, just running their asses all over the place and coming over here and fucking with me. I don't understand why. But I also wanted to say something, but I'll say that later. Anyways, Lemon and Independent. Okay, where am I? Because I'm talking about these 17 people. Here we go. Angela Davis. Okay, even celebrities weren't spared. Portia Williams, Trey the Truth, and Corday were arrested protesting the unaliving of Breonna Taylor. So when people act shocked that Don Lemon got arrested for documenting ICE protests, they're missing the point. This country has always treated Black truth-telling like a crime scene, okay? So shit. What you want? What you want? A cookie? I'm just letting y'all know, because these new celebrities, I don't know what to tell you. I don't trust them. I don't trust a lot of these motherfuckers, honestly, because they pulling up, they doing shit that ain't right, or they jumping into politics when they aren't prepared. Please don't do that shit. We do not need unprepared leaders in the Black community. I promise you that shit right now. We don't need it. Anyways, what I wanted to say is, apparently TikTok is under new management, so I'm thinking of removing my TikTok thing. So I don't know what to do with that, because they're giving me grief just trying to post shit. And secondly, I think I might actually change the Wednesday to Thursday, because damn it, I'm telling you, tonight is gonna be long. I ain't gonna lie, it's gonna be long, because a lot of shit happened, and most of it is motherfuckers fucking around and finding out. I'm just letting you know, okay? So let's begin. I'm gonna do my commercial first. If you like what I'm doing, or if you have some recommendations, something to say, you want me to change something, go into the comments, like, subscribe, share, follow, do what you need to do. Get the word out, because I'm telling you right now, this is what woke is actually. This is actually what woke is. I don't have fucking blue hair. I'm not trans. I'm not anything but a Black woman who is tired of bullshit, okay? This is what actual woke is. Because y'all motherfuckers love to bastardize that shit, and anything that motherfuckers feel. No, what you have is not woke. It is just basically you just saying, this is me, okay? That's what it is. Stop connecting woke with that shit. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. Here go my commercial. I'll be right back. Damn it.
It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the. It's just me and the fam. Yeah, yeah. It's just me and the fam. See my little Tay-Tay, that's my girl, that's my mascot. Little ones go for hours and some hours till we pass out. Stay inside the house, turned up with the racks out. Stay inside the house, turned.
All right, here we go. Whew. Pregnant student teacher Tiana Stokes unalived in a pew-pew. I'm so sick of these damn words. So Tiana Stokes was 22 years old, a student teacher at Kennesaw State University, a mother raising a 2-year-old daughter pregnant with a baby boy due in April. Her life was set. already planning names, already imagining a future. Instead, she was shot and unalived on January 25th in Monroe, Georgia. Her unborn son didn't survive either. Another man was shot and lived. Tiana didn't. 2 days later would have been her 23rd birthday. Instead of a cake and balloons, her family spent January 27th making funeral arrangements. That alone tells you how violent loss rearranges time for Black families. Joy canceled, futures erased, grief on a schedule nobody asked for. Friends called her T. They said she was dependable, present, the one who showed up. She loved being a mother and carried that care into her work with children as a student teacher. This wasn't someone passing through life. She was building one. She had a huge future. So much goddamn potential. Police later charged Dorius Brooks, age 36, with a murder and feticide. He was arrested in Barrow County, and here's why this story matters beyond tragedy. Black women are routinely reduced to footnotes after violence. Headlines move on, systems don't change, and too often pregnancy doesn't protect Black women the way society pretends it does. Tiana Stokes deserves to be remembered, not just for how she died, but for who she was becoming: a mother, a teacher, a future interrupted by violence, and that should never be normalized. Rest in power, Queen. That is ridiculous. She had so much potential, so much shit going on for her, and she was taken out. However, we got motherfuckers like Sexy Red running around. Oh my God. I can't. I cannot. I'm not saying Sexy Red shouldn't be here. I'm just saying this is what we're celebrating when that is what we're losing. Ooh, Lord have mercy. That'll scare the shit out of you if you really think about it.
Oh my God.
Just saying, think about that shit. Look what we're celebrating while we're losing something. There you go. Think about it. All right, y'all. This next one, I know y'all heard about it. If you didn't hear about it, where the hell you been? Check this one out. FBI raids Fulton County election office, searches for 2020 ballots. What the fuck is wrong with this dude? One moment he admitted that it was a hoax. He got fucking sued for that shit. And here we go again. Man, I wish I had that song right now. Here we go again. You crazy ass motherfuckers. On January 28th, FBI agents raided the Fulton. Now I know why I end up yelling, because this shit just busts me in the head. On January 28th, FBI agents raided the Fulton County election hub in Georgia, claiming it was a court-authorized law enforcement activity, quote unquote, tied to records from the 2020 election. Let's be clear. This election was already audited, recounted, litigated, and certified multiple times. So why are we still here? Because Donald Drumpf lost Georgia in 2020 and never got over it. Motherfucker, newsflash, nobody likes you. We actually are trying our best not to say the H word, because I really want to go to heaven, but
sensational.
That's all I gotta say. After losing, he personally called Georgia State Brad Raffensperger. You should be beat up just for that last name. God, how many letters is that? Asking him to find 11,000 votes. Fine, y'all, fine. When Raffensperger refused, Drumpf threatened him. That's documented, recorded, and public. Despite all that, myth of reporter fraud keeps getting dragged back onto life support. Fulton County Commissioner Marvin Arrington said it plainly. There was no fraud, not in Fulton County, not in Georgia, not nationally. Courts rejected it. Republicans and Democrats certified it. End of story. Except Drumpf doesn't do endings. When will this man have a sundown, please? I'm trying to say it without saying it. Senator John Ossoff called the raid part of sore losers crusade, warning that federal law enforcement is being used as a personal weapon instead of public service. Congresswoman Nikema Williams, I like that name, demanded answers from Attorney General Bitch Bondi. I'm sorry, I don't like that heifer. She looked like that alien from the movies. You know, the one that comes out after Sigourney Weaver? Yeah, that motherfucker. That's what she looks like. Her forehead is that big. Questioning whether the raid was meant to intimidate voters and election workers rather than uncover any evidence. Her letter demanded FBI explain what new facts justified the warrant, whether Drumpf himself ordered it, and why a settled election is being treated like an open case. I don't know what to tell you. These motherfuckers are stupid. They trying everything. I have never seen this shit before. I don't even feel like we are in reality anymore. This shit has gotten so weird. It's like I'm in Bizarro world. I don't know what the fuck to say. I'm in a comic book and I want to get to the ending because I want out of this shit. I didn't sign up for this. I didn't vote for this. I definitely didn't vote for this, okay? Shit. I voted for the brown lady, okay? Fuck. Anyways, moving on, because this shit right here is ridiculous. Okay, yeah. Time for a TED Talk. Joker, if you would, give me a trigger warning because this shit right here is ridiculous. This is the second time I've seen this in my comments. I read my comments, y'all. Don't act like I don't. I read my fucking comments. They're connected to my phone. He is sundowning. He doesn't golf anymore. He hasn't been hiding. I'm telling you. But girl, I gotta do a TED Talk because this has happened twice and I'm getting really sick of this shit. And now the motherfucker is acting like, oh, whew. Okay, so twice I've seen hold on, where's my TED Talk? Where the fuck is my TED Talk? We're gonna get to the next story, but I need to do my TED Talk because this shit pissed me off. And oh, here it is. Unhinged TED Talk. Here we go. Okay. For a month now, I think, some dumbass keeps looking at my motherfucking stories and only watching the first part. I don't know if y'all realize, but I cut these fucking lives into smaller chips to get y'all to come in, okay? So when you just watch 2 minutes of what might be a 4-minute fucking presentation, don't fucking come at me talking about you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Because one, I am going to actual news websites, bitch. I am actually getting actual stories, bitch, that affect black people. I am putting them into AI and summarizing those fucking pages. I am then taking that summarization and putting it again into AI to make sure it's factual and to polish it up so it's not boring. That's 3 different ways of research, okay? I'm making sure when I do put it in AI that it is factual, that it's backed up by fucking different sources. My opinion is my fucking opinion. If you don't like my opinion, fuck off, bitch. I don't have an issue with that. I'm doing this shit for the fucking community, not for your ass. And as for camming up, bitch, I already cammed up. I'm a real black woman. I did it before. If you really want to see what I look like, go through my motherfucking lives. I have cammed up at least twice because I got 200 motherfucking followers. So I cammed up 2 motherfucking times, okay? I'm not a big page, but I will not be fucking bullied by some dumbass that can't spell, doesn't know what I'm about, and obviously is just trying to rile me the fuck up. That's your 15 seconds of fame. Good luck to you. This has been my motherfucking TED Talk. A Minnesota moment. Let me take this down. Thank you, Joker. Let's see here now. Summer 2020 was a watershed because the whole world watched George Floyd get murdered by a white cop in Minneapolis on video. That's what kicked off mass protests and forced institutions to finally say out loud what black people been saying forever. Policing in this country has a long, nasty relationship with racial control. What's that look? Let me see. I want to see. Oh, girl, if somebody sent a nasty ass comment, pissed me off really, because I never said it was about Florence. It was about Florence back in the day with the Supremes. I have nothing but love for Florence. Okay, I even said it several times. I don't like high pitched voices like Diana Ross's. Okay, I wanted to hear more of Florence. And that bitch kept, and then the bitch flipped the script and started talking about, why don't you show yourself? Show yourself. I have made a promise online. Every 100 motherfucking followers, I cam up. And it just pissed me off. That's all. But let me get back into this, girl. Let's see here now. Summer 2020 was a watershed because the whole world watched George Floyd get unalived by a white cop in Minneapolis on video. That's what kicked off a mass protest and forced institutions to finally say out loud what black people been saying forever. Policing in this country has a long, nasty relationship with a racial control. But while people were marching, Donald Drumpf and the MAGA machine were running a whole different play. Label the protesters criminal, unpatriotic, radical left, and that tired little enemy within mess, basically turning basic human outrage into a reason to crack skulls. Drumpf even asked about shooting protesters. The fuck is wrong with this dude? Look what happened. Look what happened. That's not law and order. That's a tantrum with a badge, y'all. Now the column there's an inflection point because Minneapolis is back in the headlines, this time with two killed by federal agents, Renee Good and Alex Preddy, both caught on tape. And here's the part that got some folks clutching pearls. The piece says they were white, which means same government violence black folks have warned about is now hitting people who used to assume the system would protect them by default. Okay? Reuters reports the U.S. Justice Department opened a civil rights probe into Preddy's killing after public outrage, and that video shows him holding a cell phone before being wrestled down and disarmed moments before he shot. Video doesn't care about press statements, it just shows what happened. The column's bigger point is this. Under Drumpf 2.0, the federal government is acting like an anti-democratic operation that treats dissent as a threat and due process as optional, especially with ICE getting supercharged and the DEI rollback and the ICE expansion aren't separate issues. Let's see here. They're linked because stripping away the moral pressure to treat people fairly makes it easier to brutalize immigrants of color and anybody standing with them. So yeah, some folks are shocked because the victims weren't supposed to be on the expendable list. But black people know how this goes. When the government gets comfortable violating rights, it don't stop at the border, and it damn sure doesn't stop at one race. So just get used to this shit. They've been trying to do this shit for what? How many centuries now? They've been trying to get poor people. It's basically what old school fucking England was. Okay? There you go. Moving on. When cold weather becomes climate justice crisis, it is what it is. Climate conversation, love to talk about. Heat domes, hurricanes, and yes, those kill people, but extreme cold gets treated like just winter being winter. The hell it is. But extreme cold gets treated, which is a lie. that can cost lives. A recent piece points out that Arctic conditions, now freezing snow, freezing rain, deep cold, are regularly overlooked in climate justice, even though they hit vulnerable communities like a truck. The setup is predictable. Poorly insulated, am I on yet? Good. Poorly insulated homes, old furnaces, power outages, roads you can't drive on, sidewalks you can't walk on. For low-income households, often black and brown because segregation and neglect weren't an accident, cold snaps aren't cozy weather. They're a crisis. I ain't even joking. My fucking thermostat is 85. It's 64 in the fucking house. The thermostat says 64, even though it's pushed to 85. The setup, let's see here now. American Meteorological, that's a big ass word, Society President Alan Seals put it plain. People underestimate threats that come with cold weather, and the Sun Belt is extra vulnerable because homes down there aren't built for long freezes. That's what I'm saying. So when Arctic air drops in, folks start improvising. Space heaters on extension cords, ovens for heat that scared the shit out of me when I was little, grills too close to doors. Then you get house fires and carbon monoxide poisoning. Scared the shit out of me. And here's what makes cold different from heat emergencies. In hot weather, roads are usually open and outreach can move. But when ice and snow shut everything down, you can't just go get help. This explains how people may have to shelter in places for 48 to 72 hours before help reaches them, if anybody even knows they are where they are. Warming centers don't mean if anybody knows where they are. Warming centers don't mean much if the streets are impassable. Buses stop running and sidewalks are skating rinks. Exactly. Now layer in climate change. Researchers and meteorologists have been tracking how Arctic patterns and the jet stream can deliver bitter cold outbreaks farther south, even as average temperatures rise. The key is not just how cold it gets, but how long it stays cold, because prolonged freezes wreck weak housing and fragile infrastructure. So why it matters is simple. Extreme cold becomes deadly when inequality turns normal weather into preventable disaster. Ooh, I can't read. And the fix isn't just personal responsibility. It's insulation, reliable utilities, resilient infrastructure, and community level planning that actually centers the people at risk. Ooh, Lord, this is disgusting because it's cold and these motherfuckers just don't give a shit. I swear. We are run by evil people. So I just wanted to point out, everybody talking about Don Lemon. Well, somebody else got arrested, so I wanted to talk about that. So check this out.
You shouldn't have been talking shit.
Georgia Fort arrested after Don Lemon, sparking press freedom alarm. I think we're in fucking modern day Germany right now. Not Germany over there, but Germany from the Nazi Germany. This is modern day shit. So independent journalist Georgia Fort, who's also vice president of the Minnesota chapter of the National Association of Black Journalists, was arrested by federal agents on January 30th after covering protests in Minneapolis. She live streamed it, agents at her door saying she was being arrested because she filmed a church protest earlier this month. Y'all heard what I said, right? That's why she's getting arrested, for filming. I don't know what to say. This happened less than a day after federal authorities arrested Don Lemon, connected to coverage of the same protest. 2 back-to-back arrests tied to reporting, not rioting. That's the problem. According to reporting, authorities hadn't, let's see here. Okay. Fort's reaction cuts to the bone. How do we have constitutional rights if you can be arrested for doing press work? And that's why people are calling this a dangerous escalation, because it sends a message to every journalist: document dissent and you might get a knock at the door. Can we just say what it is? Somehow, you dumbasses voted for a Nazi, and that motherfucker is bringing it back into fashion, and it's fashion horribly. It's just horrible. Let's see here now. According to reporting authorities, hadn't publicly disclosed the charges at the time, which is exactly how chilling effects work. Keep it vague, keep it scary, keep everybody guessing. Civil liberty and press groups are demanding transparency because if covering a protest becomes criminal, then the First Amendment is basically a decorative pillow. Why don't we just become England again, huh? And they got more rights than we do at this point. Whew. And we can't ignore the context that these arrests are happening as protests continue over the fatal pew-pew of Renee Good and Keith Porter and Alex Preddy by federal agents. So instead of the government racing to earn public trust with accountability, people are watching it lean into intimidation. God dang it. This is why black journalists being targeted is different. We already know how power responds when black folks document the truth. They always argue the facts, then they try to remove the camera. Fuck you, we always gonna be here. You can try to get rid of us all you want, damn it. We was here before y'all motherfuckers. We ain't dying out. You might as well give everybody free fucking healthcare. Fuck you. I wish I had that damn sound effect. Fuck you. That's all I gotta say. Now, apparently we're in partial shutdown. I think we should be in full shutdown. But apparently we are in partial shutdown. So let's check out what we should know.
And then the smoke got me.
What black Americans should know about the partial government shutdown. A partial government shutdown kicked in at 12:01 a.m. on January 31st after Congress failed to pass a continuing resolution to fund certain operations. That means furlough, disrupted services, and essential workers being told to keep working while not being paid like bills except patriotic vibes as currency. This shutdown is tangled up in the usual Washington standoff, spending levels, policy riders, and a big fight around immigration enforcement and ICE funding. And since Drumpf world treats cruelty like a campaign promise, ICE became the political grenade everybody's playing hot potato with. Now, here's what gets skipped in the loud talking points. Shutdowns don't punish politicians, they punish workers, families, and people already living close to the edge. The black folks are hit harder because black Americans are disproportionately represented in the federal workforce and also disproportionately rely on programs that get delayed when the government plays games. Y'all motherfuckers, you know you need to side with the Democrats. Shit. This is ridiculous. This ain't even bipartisan at this point. This is evil versus good. This is ridiculous. I have never seen this shit in my life. Anyways, let's see here now. Where was I? The OPM guidance for this lapse lays out the mechanics, who's furloughed, who's expected, and how agencies are supposed to operate under funding lapse. That's bureaucratic language, but the reality is blunt. People lose pay, services slow down, and everybody's stress shoots up. Axios' reporting shows that political blame shifting already in motion, with leaders warning they won't help in the shutdown unless the deal changes, meaning regular people are basically hostages to leverage. So the story isn't just shutdown happen. The story is this is what it looks like when governance becomes theater, when lawmakers gamble with rent, money, groceries, and stability, and then act shocked when communities don't trust the system. Now, what I would really say about this one right here is give us our fucking health care and knock this shit off and this is easy. Take this fucking all this money you got with these idiotically trained motherfuckers who don't know how to fucking read. Take that money and give it back to the motherfuckers who need it with their fucking medical insurance. How about that, you dumbass motherfuckers? Oh my goodness, this country is gonna go down. It is. It's gonna go down. Anyways, we're gonna keep going because I'm telling you this shit ain't stopping. Here we go.
Emotional content.
Documentary on Black maternal health nominated for NAACP Image Award. The problem is that they had to make one. The Ebony Canal, a story of Black infant health, is nominated for a story of black infant health. Yes, is nominated for a 2026 NAACP Image Award in Outstanding Short Form Documentary. It's directed by Pittsburgh native Imai Alaquiva and narrated by Viola Davis. I'm not saying that person's name again. Emma? It looks like Emma, but with an I. I guess. The film follows 4 black women through pregnancy, putting real faces to a crisis this country keeps treating like background noise. The 57th NAACP Image Awards airs February 28th, 2026 at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on BET with a simulcast on CBS from the Pasadena Civic Auditorium. Now let's talk about why the documentary is highlighting a brutal reality. Black babies die before their first birthday at more than twice the rate of white babies nationwide. And in Pennsylvania, that disparity is loud. Pennsylvania's own statistics show a 2020 infant mortality rate of 10.9 per 1,000 births for black infants versus 4.5 for white infants. This is not bad luck. That's the system, how it's made, you know? The film's nomination is also dedicated to Dr. Janielle Green Smith, a midwife and maternal health advocate whose death after childbirth became a painful symbol of what the data already says. Black women can have education, expertise, and access and still be failed by the healthcare system. Y'all pray for me because I'm still about to go into surgery this month, and shit, in 10 days. And what is February 10th? Give me a second. Let me check out what the 10th is. 10th is, hold on, let me do it again. Because that shit, the 10th is a Tuesday. I don't know how I'm going to feel on Wednesday, but I might not be on the 11th. I might come on the 12th, and maybe we just move everything to Thursdays, because seriously, too much news is getting by me, and it's making my Sundays too big. Anyways, let's see here now. The film's nomination, I said that. Okay, yeah, I already said all of that. Okay. And if anybody needs receipts that this is legal policy level emergency, Pennsylvania reporting on maternal health disparities has noted pregnancy-associated mortality ratios as high as 148 per 100,000 lives births. You're going to feel great. I hope so. This is a spot live for Black Pennsylvanians in 2020. Let me read that again. Has noted pregnancy-associated mortality ratios as high as 148 per 100,000 live birth for Black Pennsylvanians in 2020. So no, this isn't just an award season feel-good story. This is a spotlight on U.S. reality that looks like a third world outcome in a first world budget. The film's message is simple. Black mothers and black babies are not supposed to be collateral damage. Amen to that, because I'm tired of the shit. Would you say, oh Lord, surgery drugs are fun. Oh, I just want to be asleep. I don't want to feel shit. I don't want to do shit. All right, let me see. What's the next story coming up? Because I gotta... All right, so this next one is going to try and just, celebrate, because this is Black History Month. No matter what anybody fucking says, it is officially Black History Month. And then after that, I told you it's going to be a long night. I got a whole bunch of fuck around and find outs. I mean, a whole bunch. So check me out. Check this out real quick, okay? So it's February. Wait a minute. Here we go. If it weren't for us, the griot celebrates Black History Month. See, that's proof. I go to news sites, you motherfuckers. It's February in African American, which means Black History Month. And this year it's landing right on top of the U.S. gearing up for its 250th birthday on July 4th, 2026. That is not my Independence Day. My Independence Day is December 5th. 1865. How about that? Anyways, that semi-quincentennial word is just a fancy way of saying America's about to throw itself a year-long party. I don't know why, because we started unaliving people. I don't know why. And as sure 250 years is a milestone, the country is going to brag about its global standing, its inventions, and it being the main character on the world stage, which it really shouldn't be. This piece even points out America's hosting most of the FIFA World Cup matches this summer, including the final at MetLife Stadium. I wouldn't do it if I were you. But here's the problem. While the country gets ready to celebrate itself, the powers that be are still trying to erase the historical significance and contributions of Black Americans like we were optional decorations. The author of this says it straight. Try as it might, they can't do it. Black spirit is stitched into the fabric of this place. You want to talk about American greatness? Start with literal groundwork, enslaved labor, building iconic sites like the U.S. Capitol and the White House. Then move into inventions and culture because the list is endless. Rock and roll, Black at the root. Hip hop, Black at the root, and now global. The author puts it bluntly: without Black people, cool would just mean temperature. And it's not just culture. Black folks pushed this country forward when it was dragging its feet. Civil rights, women's rights, the whole idea that democracy is supposed to apply to everybody, not just whoever matches the default settings. Black women especially get named as the vanguard education suffrage progress movements while the system still tries to pretend their leadership is an accident. Then the author hits it with humor. That's so true it hurts without us. There'd be no properly seasoned food. Potato salad, I hate potato salad. Potato salad would come with raisins, and casserole would be the national dish. What the fuck? That's not even comedy. That's a warning, y'all. We need to get our asses out of here. Bottom line, America has not lived up to its promises, but if Black people weren't here, it would be worse for everybody. That's just history, y'all. We ain't even trying to get clout on this shit. It's just fucking history. It is what it is, and all I can say is fuck you if you don't believe me. Now you know what time it is. This is gonna take up the most of the fucking time because I couldn't stop finding people fucking around and finding out. I didn't know what to do, so I just had to put them all there. So this is what's about to happen. We about to go through all of these motherfuckers that played stupid games, and I promise you, they want some stupid ass prizes. And I ain't mad at them, cause that's what you get. Shit, I watch you fuck yourself up before I do it. That's all I gotta say. This is taking forever. Come on, shit. I hate when this happens. All right, I ain't got time to be playing with y'all.
I don't want the second, I want this. I'm all in my head, swear I'm a wreck. I've been moving like a hot mess.
So I thought she was just a Twitch streamer, but apparently, oh no, I love the potato salad. Girl, I ain't had good potato salad not once. I mean, maybe once, and I don't fucking remember it. Every potato salad I've had is just, ugh, I don't like potato salad. I hate it. I fucking hate it. That's the thing I will avoid at any cookout. So sorry. Now, if you got some good ass potato salad, you gonna have to send me some because I'm telling you right now. Ugh. All right. So let's talk about this dummy right here. And she's Black, so that's even more embarrassing. All right. So Aspen Cartier got removed from Twitch after accusations of animal cruelty blew up online because an audio clip from a live stream went viral, and people say it sounds like she beat a small dog off camera while the dog yelped in distress. Why the fuck? That's a cute little puppy too. I wish I had a puppy like that. The dog isn't visible in the frame, but the audio is what set this whole thing on fire. In the clip, she's heard asking the dog how it got out of the cage. Then the sounds that follow are what viewers interpreted as repeated striking. Afterwards, she's heard grabbing the dog and carrying it out of the room. That's the allegation, and it spread fast. The public reaction went nuclear. People were demanding the dog be taken away, calling for consequences, and the online rage got extreme. Like, I want to harm her extreme, which is exactly how the internet behaves when it smells blood. That's disgusting. They shouldn't be acting like that. I understand the animal thing, but damn, that's also a human life right there. Anyways, nobody's measured, everybody's a vigilante, and suddenly the timeline is a courtroom with memes. Cartier's response didn't help her case. Reports say she initially joked about it on Instagram, holding the dog and basically doing the tell him you're fine routine, then made her Instagram private and continued denying wrongdoings. Excuse me. Let's see here now. Twitch reviewed the footage and suspended her account, with reporting indicating the suspension runs until March 19th under the platform's community rules. She also floated streaming elsewhere in the meantime. And then PETA jumped in. Oh no. Horrified, calling for authorities to investigate and arguing that if abuse occurred, the dog should be seized for safety, of course. Here's what matters. Internet fame does not cancel responsibility. If you're big online, your home behavior becomes public the second you go online. And when it comes to animals, people don't debate, they react. This is why it isn't just drama. This is a test of accountability, looks like when the evidence is messy. The clip is viral, and the internet is ready to convict before the facts are fully processed. So girl, get buckle up, because it's going to be a ride. That's all I got to say. I told you, fuck around and find out is full and in effect. Dangerous and horrifying. Philly judge slams Justice Department over remarks regarding, somebody misspelled regarding, slavery exhibit display. I need to get a job with these motherfuckers, because damn, that's the second time I caught that. Philadelphia had a display on Independence Mall at the former president's house site that told the story of chattel slavery on the ground, specifically the lives of 9 enslaved people held by George Washington and Martha Washington. Their names, Austin, Paris, Hercules, Christopher Shields, Richmond, Giles, Oni, Judge, Maul, and Joe, were part of what the site taught visitors. That display was erected with the National Park Service and had been there for about 2 decades. That's 20 years for people who don't know. Then it got ripped out. Workers using crowbars after Drumpf's executive order claiming it would restore truth and sanity to American history. No, that's Erasure, you dumbass bastard. Which is a wild sentence, because the only people who saw restored truth are usually trying to delete facts they don't like. This went to court, and senior U.S. District Judge Cynthia Rufe, I don't know how to spell her name. I say her name, it's R-U-F-E. Cynthia We Will was not playing around. During this hearing, the Justice Department argued that the government gets to choose the message it wants to convey, basically suggesting some folks feel one way, some feel another. And the government can pick. Fuck that shit. The truth is the fucking truth. It's ugly, it's dirty, and you did what the fuck you did. Judge Cynthia, because I ain't saying that last name, called that framing dangerous and horrifying, because it is. If the government can swap out history based on whoever is in office, then public memory becomes political mood rings. Philadelphia is fighting to get the display restored, arguing history can't be told carte blanche, depending on who holds power. Judge Cynthia said she planned to visit the site and storage area before ruling, which tells you the court is treating it like more than a petty administrative tweak. This is bigger than plaques. It's about whether public institutions teach the truth even when it embarrasses the nation. And right before America's 250th birthday, the question is simple. What exactly are they trying to celebrate? Or freedom? Or selective amnesia? Because I want to know too. This is some bullshit. So you remember when they was talking about Bad Bunny and they got pissed off? Well, guess what? They added somebody else to the damn roster. Another brown person. So LaRussell joins Super Bowl 60 entertainment lineup with game day performance. Oh man, they throwing it in everybody's face, ain't they? Super Bowl week is usually bigger, louder, and richer. The whole culture machine turns into corporate parade, but this year a Bay Area artist is cutting through that with something that feels rare, staying rooted. LaRussell is set to open the Super Bowl 60 tailgate concert streamed on Peacock and then serve as the in-stadium house band on game day, meaning he's not just popping in for a cameo. He's part of the event's rhythm. Oh Lord, see, you can't do nothing without us. But you want to whitewash the country, but you can't do shit without us. It's a hot mess. Reports say this is happening. This is happening at Levi's Stadium on February 8th, 2026, with the NFL and Rock Nation promoting it. And the details that matters, he didn't just get selected. He petitioned the NFL and kept pushing it until it happened. So I guess you just got to keep pushing. What makes LaRussell's rise stand out is how un-industry he is. It is. He's known for backyard shows in Vallejo. Even after National looks like a tiny desk appearance, he kept hosting sets at home. That's a choice. And it's a political choice too, because the entertainment industry loves, let me see what you said. I'm so glad to see whoever they added to the Super Bowl, anything that itches MAGA's butts. Damn. Hey, I ain't mad at you. This is petty season for us, god dang it. Petty, I'll be petty. I'll be petty for this shit. I have no problem with schadenfreude. Anyways, where was I? I'm trying not to yell, because I feel like when I edit, I be yelling. So anyways, even at the national look, that's a choice. Okay, he said political. Okay, because the entertainment industry loves the escape your city story. He flipped it into I'm staying on so my people can see what's possible. The coverage also notes he's doing an independent album campaign with a pay what you can model, trying to move 100,000 copies fast. And he's gotten support from big names and even headline makers making purchases from Kyrie Irving. Oh, that's good. So, yeah, the Super Bowl will be a spectacle, but LaRussell's presence is a reminder that proximity to power isn't the only definition of success. Sometimes the flex is building a platform and keeping the ladder right where your community can reach it. That's good, and you see, this is why it's there. You see why this is in Fuck Around and Find Out, because I know it's gonna get to him. I know it is. Now this dumbass here. People, I just want to know, why do y'all feel that it's okay to touch kids? They ain't your kids. Even if they were your kids, why are you touching them in ways that shouldn't be? You are a grown-ass person. Don't you feel gross? Disgusting. Louisiana school counselor charged with inappropriately texting 14-year-old student meets a shocking fate. Good. Where is it?
That shit is gross.
And where's my other one?
Brother, you ungrateful he bitch.
I got a lot of shit to say about this. So in Baton Rouge, police found the body of wait a minute. That's the wrong story. How the hell did I? Something wrong. Hold on. Let me check here. The fuck? An arrest after. Is this the right story? Yeah, I think this is the right story. I just thrown off. Okay, yeah, this is the right story. I just got thrown off. Okay. In Baton Rouge, police found the body of Quentin Dixon inside an abandoned school on the campus of the former Glen Oaks Middle School on January 28th. Okay, thank you. He was identified as a counselor from Westdale Middle Magnet School. The coroner said the cause and manner of death were under investigation, but while Baton Rouge police stated a self-deletion occurred. This discovery happened the same day police issued a felony arrest for he's a coward. Okay, I got it. He's a fucking coward. Okay. I don't feel bad. And you going to hell. I'm sorry, but you took your life. You took your fucking life. That wasn't yours to take. But here we go. The discovery happened I said that 4 counts of indecent behavior with a juvenile after allegations that he sent inappropriate Instagram messages to a 14-year-old between November and early January. The warrant described the behavior as consistent with grooming. Reports say Dixon had been placed on administrative leave on January 15th after the school system became aware of the allegations, stating it takes matters like this seriously. You better. A whistleblower posted alleged messages publicly and shared them with his employer, which accelerated scrutiny and pressure. The allegations included offering rides home, asking if the student had a boyfriend, and repeatedly calling her attractive. Dude, you stepped over the line way too much, you nasty ass man. You could have found a grown ass woman that looked just like her. I bet you could have. If true, that's not misunderstood friendliness. That's predatory behavior aimed at a minor. And schools have a duty to treat it as the emergency it is. This story is heavy because it's two realities at once. Protecting children is non-negotiable. And at the same time, self-deletion is a public health crisis, especially when people are facing exposure, consequences, and shame. Exactly. Where is it again? Girl, I want to use it again.
That shit is gross.
Okay. Let's see. The school system issued condolences to community and family, but the center of gravity here stays where it belongs. The safety of students, the accountability of adults in authority, and how institutions respond to the moment of allegation surface. Fast, transparent, and protective of the child, not the reputation of the grown man. I think y'all really, really, really need to do some serious background checks on people you hire that work with children. I think there needs to be at least a month's worth, or if not 2 months worth, of fucking background checks before you hire a fucking teacher. I am so serious. No joke. Moving on. Grand Rapids settles with a family of black 11-year-old girl handcuffed by police in 2017. I told you, a whole bunch of people fucked around and found out. Now, this is a big 11-year-old. What are they feeding her? She looked like she has to be 13. Anyways, let's see here now. The city of Grand Rapids agreed to pay $285,000 to settle a federal lawsuit brought by the family of Honesty Hodges, and it still has to be approved in court. This goes back to 2017 when Honesty was 11 years old and on her way to the grocery store with her family when police stopped them while looking for her aunt. Oh, I saw that video. Who was wanted in a domestic DA case. What happened next is why people were furious. Honesty was handcuffed, held at gunpoint, and put in a police cruiser outside her own home. That sounds like ICE. Shit. And I want to be very clear. That's not a misunderstanding. That's a child being treated like a grown suspect because the system sees a black child and decides fear isn't acceptable too. This is some bullshit here. You
stupid.
Basically, why would you do that to a child?
Nigga!
Please. Anyways, I want to be very clear. Wait, here we go. Honesty later died in 2020 from COVID complications at 14 years old. Oh, bless her soul. So this settlement is not closure. It's a check with an ugly receipt attached, acknowledging harm without being able to undo it. The lawsuit allegations: unreasonable search and seizure, excessive force, assault and battery, false imprisonment, and failure to train and supervise. That last part matters because bad apple stories fall apart when the department keeps producing the same outcomes. As Albert Einstein said, I'm not going to say it again. I'm just on that kick about Albert Einstein. I've been told to shut up about that. After the incident, the department adopted what became known as Honesty's Policy, a youth interaction policy that tightens guidances on when kids can be handcuffed, when they can be put in cruisers, and requires documentation and supervision notification when a child is cuffed. A child should never be cuffed. That policy is basically the city admitting, yeah, we need rules to stop officers from doing this to children, which is wild because the rules should have been don't terrorize kids. That's supposed to come standard. She didn't do the fucking shit her aunt did. That's not her fault, and y'all motherfuckers terrorized that poor baby. Rest in peace, baby. Rest in peace. She never had a chance. All right, so This one is pretty proud. I feel proud about this. No work, no school, nationwide strike grows after ICE killings. So on Friday, January 30th, people across the United States joined a coordinated strike protesting Drumpf era immigration enforcement. No work, no school, no shopping. A deliberate disruption of business as usual. I wish somebody had told me I had to do my damn bills and shit. The strike was fueled by outrage after two citizens, Alex Pretty and Renee Good, were fatally pew-pewed by federal immigration agents in Minnesota. The deaths have been intensified. Let's not forget Keith Porter, please. Keith Porter. Intensified scrutiny of enforcement tactics and accountability. In Minneapolis, hundreds gathered before sunrise outside the Bishop Henry Whipple Federal Building. That's too many fucking names. Near Minneapolis. And they were out there in brutal cold, chanting at DHS agents and demanding federal authorities leave the state. And this wasn't just Minnesota being Minnesota. Solidarity actions popped up coast to coast. New York City, Los Angeles, ICE out everywhere, messaging student walkouts and community-led demonstrations. Some businesses closed in solidarity, others stayed open but pledged donations to immigration advocacy and legal defense. That detail matters because it shows that this strike is really saying you don't have to love politics to understand violence backed by federal power is everybody's problem. And the why underneath it is simple. When enforcement starts moving like intimidation, when it feels quota driven and optics driven, people stop believing that it's about scrutiny, security, and start seeing it as control. That's why a shutdown tactic makes it sense. If the government is disrupting families, communities can disrupt the economy right back. I'm telling you, there's a whole lot of fuck around and find outs, but it should make you feel, oh shit, what the fuck was that? That was too much. Go back. I don't know what the hell that happened. That was my whole goddamn story. Okay, we did the 11-year-old. We did that one. Okay, here we go. Let me make it big again so y'all can see. So, even though this is not one of ours, it's still disgusting and it's still fucked up because that's still a baby. And I very much advocate for children. So, judge orders ICE to release 5-year-old, calling the case a failure of humanity. If it ain't, I don't know what to tell you, because this is a hot mess right here.
I regret nothing.
A federal judge ordered the release of Liam Conejo Ramos and his father from the South Texas Family Residential Center in Dilley, ordering release as soon as practicable and no later than Tuesday, February 3rd, even while the immigration case continues. The judge, Fred Beery, didn't write a soft opinion. He blasted the government's conduct and framed it as a betrayal of core U.S. principles, invoking the Declaration of Independence and warning about authoritarian echoes. He ended with Benjamin Franklin's line, "Republic if you can keep it." Here's what made this case explode. Liam, a preschooler from the Minneapolis area, was taken by immigration agents and transported about 1,300 miles to Texas. Public anger surged after images circulated showing his Spider-Man backpack and a cartoon bunny hat because it looked like exactly what it was, a child swallowed by enforcement machines. There are disputed accounts about how he ended up in custody. Family members and school officials accuse agents of using the child as leverage to draw out parents, and allegation DHS denies. The judge's ruling cuts through the spin by focusing on harm and process. You don't get to traumatize a child because your bureaucracy wants to hit numbers. This case isn't just about one family. It's about what a policy becomes when it treats childhood like a collateral and calls it policy. It's disgusting, and they need to leave these kids alone. I don't know why y'all fucking voted for this motherfucker. I know I sure in the hell didn't. Now here's another fucking idiot. White man charged after ramming cart into black woman at Walmart. Why? Why would you do it? Why, dumbass? I'm just saying. An older white man was charged with misdemeanor assault after ramming his shopping cart into a black woman at Walmart in the Dallas area. It was partially caught on video and spread fast online. The context is painfully ordinary. Shoppers packed in storm prep panic, long lines, temper short, and then he allegedly hits her with the cart in the video. You can hear the woman warn him not to hit her again. What you're not going to do is hit me with this cart. And let's kill the fake innocence right now. A cart is not nothing. It's force and intimidation. It's a man using an object to put hands on somebody while hoping he can hide behind technicalities. The part that stood out was the intervention. A black male shopper stepped between them and physically guided her away, de-escalating before it turned into worse. People praise that because it's familiar pattern. Harassment escalates toward black women until somebody steps in and the aggressor suddenly remembers how to behave. That's a damn shame. And that's an ugly ass man to put to boot. Authorities later identified the man and issued a citation, noting reports note he wasn't arrested because there was no visible injuries, which is one of those make sense outcomes. The harm is real, the threat is real, but the system often treats violence against black women, like it only counts if it leaves a headline worthy bruise. Fuck you. There he is. This motherfucker right here. Keep your eyes on that bitch. He's probably done this before or will again. Well, we showed his face this time. And here's this dumbass finally admitting shit. Boy, has he aged horribly. Court records. So let's see here now. Bill Cosby admitted under oath he obtained quaaludes for women. Dude, you... Shit. I don't know what to tell you. Because it's just the fucking entitlement and decadence that rich people do that disgusts me every fucking time. Court records tied to civil lawsuits say Bill Cosby admitted under oath that he repeatedly obtained quaaludes with the intent of giving them to women in hopes of having sex, stating he refilled a recreational prescription multiple times and testified he didn't take the pills himself. This comes out of a disposition connected to a lawsuit filed by Donna Motzinger, who alleges Cosby assaulted her in 1972 when she worked as a server at the Trident restaurant in Sausalito. She says he gave her a pill she believed was aspirin, after which she drifted in and out of consciousness and later woke up at home with missing memory and only underwear on. How the fuck does that happen? Cosby's representative pushed back, calling the coverage cherry-picked and claiming Cosby never admitted to involuntarily incapacitating anyone, while also trying to normalize it with the Quaaludes were the party drug of the 70s line. I never heard of Quaaludes until probably 5 years ago. That defense is disgusting on its face because people did drugs back then. It's not permission slip for drugging someone without consent, dumbass. The reason this matters right now is because it's the same pattern people have been pointing at for years. Women describing being given something, losing awareness, and waking up confused, while the powerful man acts like it's all vibes and misunderstanding. The court fights continue, but the larger truth stays loud. Celebrity doesn't make predatory behavior charming. It just makes the cover-up more expensive. See, I've been saying this motherfucker was a sleaze bag for decades. Nasty ass. I ain't even gonna dispute it. It's disgusting. And the fact that he was like America's dad for a while, it was gross. It's just disgusting. All right. So outrage grows after Don Lemon's arrest. Journalists, lawmakers speak out. Everybody's heard about the arrest. I really don't care. I'm more about the outrage. So, former CNN anchor Don Lemon was arrested by federal agents in Los Angeles in late January while he was in town during Grammy weekend. His attorney, Abe, I think this is Abe or Abe, I don't know, there's two B's there. Lowell says multiple federal agencies were involved, FBI and Homeland Security investigations, dragging him into custody over the documentation of a protest at a church in St. Paul, Minnesota earlier this month. Here's what got people's hair on fire. The rest is tied to Lemon reporting a disruptive protest inside a church service in St. Paul and anti-ICE action that targeted pastors alleged to have ICE ties. Federal prosecutors say crimes happened around that. Lemon's side says he was doing journalism and shining a light. Oh, Abby. Okay. I wasn't sure. Abby. The reaction from the press world was immediate and loud. You had journalists calling it outrageous and warning it states it sets a dangerous precedent, because if the government can slap cuffs on you for documenting a protest, that's not law and order. It's law and shut the hell up. While the government is out here chasing a journalist, critics keep pointing out that the bigger public rage is about federal enforcement actions and deaths connected to raids. Yet you're seeing swift action against reporters while accountability for agents moves like it's stuck in molasses. Lemon was released without bond and is expected to fight the charges. Details matter because the country is watching the precedent get built in the real time, brick by brick, charge by charge, under the excuse of protecting people while the First Amendment gets treated like a suggestion. Shit, they just jumping all over it. Now, this story made me smile when I saw it. Ex-deputy who unalived Sonia Massey sentenced to 20 years. It's about damn time. Former Illinois Sheriff Deputy Sean Grayson was sentenced to 20 years in prison for unaliving Sonia Massey, the maximum sentence after a jury convicted him of second-degree murder. Let's talk about how cruel and backwards this case is. Macy, a 36-year-old black mother, called 911 because she thought she was outside her home. She didn't what they tell you to do, call for help. Instead, help showed up with a gun and a temper. Body cam shows the encounter escalating within minutes. At one point, she says, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." And not long after, Grayson shoots her in the face. All right, take care. Real quick, I need to take a drink real quick so I don't end up sounding something like something. Ooh, I needed that. Anyways, let's see here now. Grayson claimed he feared she would scald him with hot water. The court and the public saw it unreasonable. Reuters described it as rage because the footage doesn't match "I had no choice" they tried to sell. Macy's family reacted with the kind of grief that comes with betrayal. Her mother said she's now afraid to call police herself because the lesson this system keeps teaching black people is you might dial 911 for safety and end up dead in your own kitchen. There was also a $10 million settlement with the county, plus policy changes and a DOJ inquiry discussed in coverage, because this case wasn't just a one bad night. It exposed a whole pipeline of how did this man become an officer in the first place. I told you. 20 years is a consequence, but it's not resurrection, and it doesn't repair the wider harm, the chilling effect on black people who already know the risk of asking the state for help. It's a hot mess, man. All right. I think this is the last one of Fuck Around and Find Out, and I think people really should listen to this one right here. Obama, what's happening in Minnesota threatens all Americans. So former President Barack Obama put out a warning that what's happening with federal immigrants enforcement tactics in Minnesota isn't just a Minnesota problem. It's a threat to the basic freedoms of every American. His message lands in the middle of rising outrage tied to aggressive operation and protests after the fatal pew-pew of Alex Renee, Keith Porter, and Renee Good by federal immigration agents. Even events that have kept Minnesota on edge and pushed national attention onto ICE and Border Patrol tactics. Obama didn't drop a long policy essay in the Post, but he did something very pointed. He linked people to an episode of the Ezra Klein Show about the staggering scale of Drumpf's anti-immigration crackdown and urged people to get off the sidelines. And whether folks like Obama or not, the underlining warning is that the part you should not ignore. Once the government normalizes heavy-handed tactics, raids, intimidation, quota sweeping, collateral detentions, those tools don't stay confined to the way they started with. They expand, they get repackaged, they get aimed at dissent, press, organizers, whoever is inconvenient this week. That's why people say authoritarian and don't mean it as a dramatic insult. They mean the rules stop being rules and start being vibes, and the vibe is revenge. I'm telling you, the man is sick, and that's all I can say about that. But that's it for Fuck Around and Find Out. I told y'all it was going to be a long-ass night for this one. I'm about to go ahead and switch, and then we're going to get into our regular news. I just had to tell you that damn Fuck Around and Find Out was real strong this time. That's all I can say. Real strong. All right, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to do my commercial. Then we're going to do education. I don't know why I don't have that picture. God dang it, pisses me off. But all right, I'll just have to read it. If I don't have it, I'll just have to read it. I thought I took a picture of it, but I didn't. All right, that's cool with me. Oh, I hate when that happens. Anyways, let me go ahead and get this done, this commercial, so y'all can see. All right, give me a second. I'm gonna do my commercial, and then we have education. So here we go.
It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the. It's just me and the fam. Yeah. It's just me and the fam. See my little Tay, that's my hype girl, that's my mascot. No one's go for hours and some hours till we pass out. Stay inside the house, turned up with them racks out. Stay inside the house, turn.
Okay. Okay, so I forgot to do the picture. I forgot to do the screen cap, but I do have the story, so this is what you see here. All right, so quick Black History run, January 28th through early February, because the calendar stays trying to act like we just popped up yesterday. Crystal Bird Fawcett became the first Black woman elected to a state legislature in 1938, winning a seat in the Pennsylvania House. Matthew Henson finally got a congressional medal in 1944 for co-discovering the North Pole after the credit games left him waiting decades. Colgate-Palmolive stopped selling Darky toothpaste and renamed it Darlie. Yes, that was a real product name. Yes, it lasted way too long. That's disgusting. I didn't even hear about it. Excuse me. Alpha Phi Alpha and Alpha Kappa Alpha, two pillars of Black Greek life, were incorporated in the early 1900s, building networks of leadership when the country wasn't trying to hire us, house us, or hear us. Sojourner Truth wasn't just inspiring, she was disruptive in the best way, pushing abolition and women's rights when that was considered too much. Prince Hall helped form one of the earliest multi-state Black organizations in America through Black Masonic lodges, community infrastructure before folks even had the language for it. Harlem Globetrotters took skill and comedy worldwide, proving you can entertain without being anyone's jester. Jackie Robinson was born January 31st, broke MLB's color barrier, and also played for the Kansas City Monarchs before joining the Brooklyn Dodgers. James Baldwin wrote the next fire next time as a warning flare. America loves Black culture, but gets offended by the Black truth. Langston Hughes was born February 1st, and Carter G. Woodson created Negro History Week, the ancestor of Black History Month, because if we don't archive ourselves, the country will forget us on purpose. That's not even the whole list. That's just a sample platter of what we've been here. Let me try that again. We've been here, we built this, we challenged this, and we're still standing. And that's all I got to say about that. So we're going to move on because we got some more stories to move on to. Let me just get this one bigger and do the education thing because I couldn't find the picture. So I had to do something. So here's education.
Yo, there's so many, hey, there's so many, yo, so many, yo, there's so many lies. Look at my eyes, they know I'm the truth. They know that. Knocking them down every time I step in the booth. We ain't got a lie, they know we the vibe, we living in proof. Young conscious, shoot my life a movie, I live in a spoof. Ain't no sticking around, I'm on the move, I'm checking the deuce. Yeah, it's only us two, so you know we copping that coupe. We on the roof, smoking dope, look at the view. Yeah, we used to chill on the stove, now we out here breaking the news. It ain't shit.
Okay, so this week marks 40 years since the Challenger disaster, and I want to center one of the 7 people we lost, Ronald McNair. McNair was one of the first Black astronauts selected by NASA in 1978, and in 1984 he became the second Black man to go to space, flying on STS-41B. He wasn't just a Black astronaut like that's a single personality trait. That man was a physicist with a PhD from MIT, and he was famously multi-talented. Word in Black talks about how he loved jazz and karate, and he even played saxophone, carrying joy into places they never expected us to reach. Then came January 28th, 1986. Challenger broke apart 73 seconds after liftoff, unaliving all 7 crew members, including McNair. God rest in peace. At just 35 years old, coverage around the 40th anniversary was revisited what went wrong. The warnings, the pressure, the sway safety cover concerns got overruled because the tragedy wasn't just mechanical failure, it was institutional failure. McNair's brother described him as someone who looked at what others called science fiction and saw science possibility. That's the Black genius tradition right there. Taking a world that says not for you and treating it like a to-do list. So when they say remember, we don't mean soft nostalgia. We mean protect Black brilliance, fund Black futures, and stop letting systems treat human lives like acceptable losses for schedules and headlines. That is so the truth. Now, for any of y'all out there that are interested in teaching or education, here's this one. I actually was a teacher for a little while, so y'all check this one out. 5 free resources for teaching Black history. All right, y'all, it's Black History Month 2026, and the timing is loud because the U.S. is walking into 250th birthday on July 4th, 2026, which is not my celebration. Like celebrate freedom while acting allergic to parts of history where Black folks had to force this country to act like it had morals. So here's the real. The same 5 lessons every year, versions of Black history. MLK votes, Rosa Parks sits down, everybody claps, and that's not education. That's a highlight reel, and right now, with students literally watching civil rights get argued in real time, teachers need more than good intentions. They need tools. That's why folks are pointing teachers towards Zen Education Project. They've got hundreds of free lessons that connect past resistance to what's happening now. Reconstruction, labor, voting rights, policing, the long war on Black education, the whole truth, not the cute parts. That's Zen Education Project. Go look towards that. And one of the smartest moves is teaching why Black History Month exists in the first place, because it wasn't gifted. It was built. Historian Jarvis Givens wrote, "I'll Make Me a World, the 100-year journey of Black History Month." And there's a free online session coming up where he talks through history with educators and organizers. They're also pushing teachers to teach Dr. King outside the South, because racism didn't stop at the Mason-Dixon. It just wore a different outfit, and they're encouraging students to ask grown-up questions about the Constitution. Who did it protect? When? And why did black folks have to fight a whole civil war just to get freedom, with an asterisk? Bottom line, Black history isn't a February decoration. It's the blueprint, and anybody trying to erase it is basically admitting they're scared of what the truth makes you do. That's all I can do. That's all I can say. Now, this one right here is more of an opinion piece, but I feel like it really does count. So let's check this story out real quick. Let me go move it. Child care centers are small businesses. They form our villages. Let's talk about Washington, D.C., where child care is priced like it comes with a valet parking and a personal chef. The numbers are insane. Full-time infant care in the D.C. metro averages about $2,140 a month. And for 2 young kids, it can jump to $3,854 a month, which is basically a second rent. Except it's required so you can go to the job that barely pays the first rent. And the second part is how wild people act like childcare is some personal problem, like parents should just manifest a babysitter. No, childcare is infrastructure, the same way roads are. If the care system collapses, the workforce collapses right behind it. Because when childcare is unstable, parents start juggling late arrivals, missed shifts, cutting hours, losing jobs, turning down promotions, quitting altogether. And businesses feel it too. Not just big corporations, but little corner spots, and that depends on staff actually being able to show up. Zoom out, the broader U.S. infant toddler child care crisis is estimated to cost about $122 billion a year in lost earnings, productivity, and venue. That's not a family issue, that's an economic emergency. And childcare workers, they're doing mission work for wages that don't match the responsibility. DC has major fights over funding and pay support for early educators because you cannot build a stable childcare system on thank you for your service and vibes. So yeah, when folks say childcare is the backbone, they mean it. If you can't afford care, you can't work. If you can't work, you can't survive. And then the city sits around like, why is everybody stressed? Girl, be serious. Now, in my personal opinion, I feel like what you should do is all these damn corporate companies, the motherfuckers, especially like Amazon and shit, maybe y'all should open childcare services as well. So motherfuckers don't need to complain. That would help a lot of us. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you try that? That probably would really help a lot of people. But moving on. Let's talk about some good news. I finally got this is good news. Yeah, and I finally got my flowers back. So yeah, I'm good with that too. So let me go ahead and do my little good news for y'all. The spirit in the soil. Okay, listen, we are living in the age of scroll fatigue, doom notifications, and emotional overload. You have no idea. I have a fucking pack of pills every day. I have to take twice a day. It's ridiculous. And sometimes the only thing that makes your nervous system unclench is a plant. That's a piece from Michigan Chronicle that frames gardening as more than a hobby. It's a mindful practice. Okay, let me turn that up a little. Okay. Not the internet kind of self-care where you buy 12 products you can't afford. I'm talking about the slow, steady ritual, water prune, repot, observe, and your brain finally starts sprinting. Gardening forces presence because plants do not respond to urgency. You can't yell at basil and get results. Seeds don't care about your schedule, and that's the medicine. It teaches you to show up, pay attention, and let growth be gradual. And it's not about being perfect. Soil is messy, instructions are vague, and some plants thrive on neglect and others die if you look at them wrong. But that's the point. It's a practice in staying engaged, not controlling others. That's also research coverage pointing to limits between everyday gardening habits and reduced anxiety. Not because gardening fixes the world, but because it interrupts the stress loop with something real and sensory. Hands in soil, breath slows, mind stops spiraling for a minute, and the deeper reflection hits quietly. What in my life needs tending? What have I been starving of light? What needs space? And honestly, in these times, steady return is holy. So consider that, that's all I could tell you. Consider maybe planting something. I know my mom was into planting. I don't know if she's still doing it. Right now it's cold as hell. But before we continue, we're going to go into celebrity stuff. There's a lot of that shit too. I'm going to go ahead and do my commercial. And when I get back, we'll talk about some celebrities. So here goes my commercial. Give me a second. I got to close some stuff. All right, there you go. All right, check this out.
It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the fam. It's just me. It's just me and the fam. Yeah, yeah. It's just me and the fam. See my little tay, that's my hype girl, that's my mascot. No one's go for hours and some hours till we pass out. Stay inside the house, turned up with them racks out. Stay inside the house, turn.
All right. So yeah, we lost that lady from Beetlejuice and I guess Home Alone, but we also lost actor Demon Wilson, Sanford and Son star. He died at 79. Isn't that the age of the president? The fucker? The turd? Shouldn't he? Let's pour one out for Demon Wilson, who played Lamont Sanford on Sanford and Son. And if you grew up on that show, you already know he wasn't just a character. He was balanced. He was timing. He was the reason the chaos landed. Reports say he died at 79 from complications of cancer at his home in Palm Springs. And his death was confirmed by family publicist accounts in multiple outlets. The thing people forget, a comedian needs a real anchor to shine. Damon played the role, the straight man with the face that said, "Daddy, you are doing the most," without even opening his mouth. And across from Red Fox, that dynamic turned him into one of the most iconic father-son pairings in TV history. He had a whole life outside the sitcom too. Born in Georgia, raised in Harlem, served in Vietnam, worked in entertainment, and later shifted into ministry. That's a journey from stage lights to faith life, from punchlines to purpose. So if you love Sanford and Son, don't just remember the jokes. Remember what it means to see Black family life centered on network TV in that era, with dignity, with mess, with love, with realness. Rest easy, Lamont. Thank you for your rhythm. All right. Yeah, he definitely deserves his flowers. Moving on, we've got Joe Budden. But I don't know. I don't know how to feel about him, but let's check what he has to say. Where the hell is it? I think it's this one.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
It is that one. Joe Budden calls out hip-hop over its silence regarding ICE in Minneapolis. It's sickening, he says. Okay. So Joe Budden lit a match under hip-hop this week, basically saying, why is everybody so damn quiet while the country is watching federal agents move reckless? He called it sickening because hip-hop was born as a loudspeaker for the hood. Exactly, the hood. The hood told them not to do this shit. Anyways, not background music for brand deals. And his point was blunt. When people are being harmed on U.S. soil and the culture is mute, that silence starts looking like complicity. This all sits on top of the national outrage around the killings of Alex Pretty, Keith Porter, and Renee Good. One in Los Angeles and two in Minnesota, tied to the federal immigration enforcement. A moment that has folks protesting ICE tactics hard. Now, a few artists didn't speak up. Tyler did speak up. Tyler, the Creator, posted fuck Ice message using a clip from Paid in Full, and outlets reported it as a direct slam at Ice and at people backing Drumpf. And Pusha T also publicly condemned Ice at an event per coverage this week, but he better check his Epstein issues. I don't know what to say about that one. It also notes that Vic Mensa as one of the voices criticizing Ice's actions. But Budden's bigger point is the one thing that stings. Hip hop will yell all day about chart positions and contracts, and gets shy when it's time to defend human beings. And if the culture only has a spine when it's profitable, then it ain't leadership. It's just fucking merchandising. And he has a fucking point, because I really don't trust a lot of these motherfuckers. I really don't. I haven't heard any new music from hip hop at all about against Ice. Apparently people in rock are making songs, country they're making songs, but hip hop and R&B has not made any songs against Ice, not once. What the fuck are y'all doing, please? Y'all need to do something. Move yourselves, move your asses, because this ain't good. Moving on, let's talk about some good things. And now I can use my flowers thing, because she deserves this. Both of them do. A whole bunch of people do. Hold on. I got my shit in order, so this should work now. All right, here we go. Those are transitions. Okay, where is it? There it is. Here we go. All right, so Eve finally receives Grammy recognition for Roots. You Got Me more than 25 years. Oh yeah, I remember that. 25 years later, and it's ridiculous that it took so damn long, but I'm glad she finally got her flowers. So let's talk about You Got Me, that 1999 Roots record that proved hip hop could be soft, soulful, and grown without turning into elevator music. It went on to win Best Rap Performance by a Duo or Group at the Grammys. But the story behind the song has always been messy, because yes, the radio version has Erykah Badu on the hook, and her voice is a whole mood. But the earliest version of that hook was Jill Scott, Philly poet, writer, and songwriter, and the label pushed her out for a bigger name like Thanks for the Magic Now Gets Out of the Kitchen. She kept writing credit, but not the spotlight. And then there's Eve. Early career Eve coming in with that calm conversational verse that grounded the whole record in real life. For years, her part got treated like a footnote, even though it's one of the most memorable openings in that era. Not in the video, not in the early press like that, just vibes and erasure. Now, fast forward to January 29th, 2026, during the Grammy weekend in LA. Eve finally got recognized at Recording Academy Honors presented by the Black Music Collective, and her reaction was basically, "I'm still processing this. But little Eve from Philly deserved this." She even said, what's yours won't miss you, even if the industry drags its feet for decades. So yeah, it's late, but it's also a reminder history isn't fixed. It's argued over, and Black women have to fight for credit in rooms we helped build. So congratulations, you finally got your shit. I'm so glad for you. Moving on in other stories, I'm nosy. I just wanted to know why that shit happened. So, the sad reason Ted Riley will never reunite with Guy bandmates. I want to know. I'm sorry. I'm nosy like that. Whew. Teddy Riley went on Sway in the Morning and said the quiet part out loud about Guy. "Those guys just don't like me. No soft launch, no PR glaze, just straight, you could feel the air get tight." He explained that when he toured with them in the past, it wasn't because everybody was healed and whole. It was more like pity and loyalty from his side. Like, that's still my brothers, but he doesn't feel that love coming back in action. Then he got personal. He said his mother passed in February 2024. The support he expected wasn't there. He clocked it. He even mentioned only one person showed up to the funeral, and he doesn't even rock with that person like that. That's a different kind of hurt. That kind doesn't need enemies, because disappointment is doing the job. Now, of course, the internet did what the internet does. Some folks took Teddy's side, some started digging up every conflict he's ever had, and some were like, maybe he's the common denominator, bringing up the Guy and Blackstreet fallouts like it's a case file. Well, that is true. Here's what's real. Guy helped shape New Jack Swing point blank, but legendary music doesn't automatically mean healthy relationships. Sometimes the catalog is classic and the brotherhood is cooked. And Teddy basically said he's forgiven it, but he's not begging to relive it. Respectfully, that's grown. I have to say that is grown, and I understand. If you still got a chip on your shoulder, I totally understand. Moving on to good news. Let me go do that one. I'm gonna bring this down because when I can do it, I'm gonna do it. Good news. Give me a second. D'Angelo's son receives invite to 2026 Grammy Awards after not being included in father's tribute. Can I just stop and just say, what the hell is Lauryn Hill doing with herself? Her head's got to be heavy from that shit. Her head has got to be heavy. What is on her eyes? I thought she was broke. How did she afford this get up? I don't get it. Somebody go get her help, please. I'm scared for her. Anyways, so the 2026 Grammys are set for Sunday, today, basically. And one of the big announced moments is Lauryn Hill performing a tribute tied to D'Angelo and Roberta Flack. On paper, that makes sense. Lauryn's history with Flack's legacy is obvious, and her artistry fits that kind of tribute energy. But then this twist hits. D'Angelo's son, Michael Archer II, publicly said the family hadn't even gotten invited to the ceremony while a tribute to their father was being planned, which is wild. Like, you're gonna honor somebody and forget to tell the people who loved him off camera? The Recording Academy president, Harvey Mason Jr., responded saying they'd been trying to reach him, and by the end of the week, reporting indicated Archer would be in LA for the Grammy weekend after the situation got attention. And there's another layer. Archer's mother is Angie Stone, who also passed in 2025. And it's been unclear whether the show will honor her too. People notice who gets remembered loudly and who gets remembered like an afterthought. So yeah, the tribute might be beautiful, but the setup exposed everything ugly. Institutions love Black genius, but they stay needing reminders to treat Black families with basic respect. Don't celebrate the art and ignore the bloodline. That ain't honor. That's performance. And please don't do that. What the hell is he doing with his mouth, though? I do not know. Anyways, moving on. We're going to take this down, and now I'm going to go ahead and do a moment for promotion. Then we're going to go get into health, because I think that's what matters most. So, if you're interested in CBD, or you're interested in, your lip gloss popping, you might want to check into this Black-owned company called CBD Honey Lips. It's Black-owned, woman-owned, and located in a New York area. I don't know where, and I'm not going to tell you. If you're interested in it, check her out on Twitch, Instagram, and Threads. Here it goes.
It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the. It's just me and the fam. Yeah, yeah. It's just me and the fam. See my little tay say that's my girl, that's my mascot. No one's go for hours and some hours till we pass out. Stay inside the house, turned up with the racks out. Stay inside the house, turned.
All right, we're back. Excuse me. Sorry. Why grief is why grief is spiritual healing for Black women. People love to describe grief like it's a weather, a wave, a storm, a fog. It's gonna pass if you just stay strong. But for Black women, grief often isn't a moment. It's a quiet background hum that lives next to responsibility, bills, caregiving, showing up and surviving. And somehow we're praised for pushing through it like pain is a flex. The truth is, grief is spiritual work, not just emotional, embodied. It holds memory, names, and rituals we may not even have language for. And when we're denied time and space to mourn, that grief doesn't disappear. It relocates into the body, into the nerves, into the way we flinch at joy because loss taught us joy is temporary. In many African and diasporic traditions, mourning isn't rushed and isn't lonely. Folks cry out loud, sing, keep vigil, talk to the dead with reverence because death isn't treated like an awkward inconvenience. It's passage. It's transition. It's real. Western culture tries to shrink grief into a few days off work and a sympathy text, and then acts confused when people are still hurting months later. What's powerful right now is the shift. More Black women are choosing intentional grieving, altars, journaling, therapy, communal circles, cooking the food meals that taste like home, lighting candles, writing names, and placing them in sunlight. Not because grief is cute, but because grief deserves witnessing. And honestly, letting grief move through you is resistance. A world tries to harden Black women. Hardened Black women doesn't get to steal our softness too. Okay, we do have softness, and it is not right for people to sit up there and try and take it from us just because we're brown. What the fuck? You better move around with that shit. Pain is pain, no matter what. It has no fucking preferences. Moving on. Let's oh shit. Sorry. Alarming trend shows maternal syphilis surging in the US. It's ridiculous. This one is infuriating because it's preventable. Syphilis during pregnancy is treatable, and treating it can prevent babies from being infected. But the US has been letting systems fail pregnant people in real time, pregnant women. Here are the receipts. The maternal syphilis rate more than tripled from 2016 to 2022, going from 87.2 to 280.4 cases per 100,000 births. That's disgusting. Where the hell is it? Where is that? Here it is.
That shit is gross.
Brother,
That is really gross. Then it kept climbing. CDC data shows the rate rose 16% from 2022 to 2023 and another 10% from 2023 to 2024. A 28% jump from 2022 to 2024 overall. That is gross. And no, it's not evenly distributed. The increases are showing up across groups, but Black mothers saw about 30% increase in the reporting highlighted. And American Indian / and Alaskan Native mothers have been hit with some of the steepest rises in multiple CDC analysis. The downstream harm is deadly. Congenital syphilis, when the infection passes from mother to baby, can cause stillbirth, newborn death, preterm birth, low birth weight, and serious complications affecting the brain and nerves. And a provisional CDC reporting notes that 4,000 newborn syphilis cases in 2024, continuing in a long upward trend. That is disgusting. So what's driving it? Public health folks point to late or missing prenatal care gaps in follow up after diagnosis, insurance, and access barrier, and the way social vulnerability stacks the deck against consistent care. And when the only approved pregnancy safe treatment has had shortages, that's not oops, that's a policy failure with baby sized consequences. This is what it looks like when a country has the medicine, has the data, has the warnings, and still lets mothers and babies pay the price. That is actually very gross. But here comes something even darker. So, shit, be ready. Cancer research isn't reaching Black Americans, and I'm not surprised. All right, here's the part that'll make you stare at the wall for a second. For 2026, the American Cancer Society projects about 2,114,850 new cancer diagnoses in the US and roughly 626,140 deaths. That's a lot. That's a whole national emergency with a logo and no urgency. Now, peep this. A big chunk of the best cancer research ecosystems are clustered in places like Massachusetts, thank God, New York, California, Pennsylvania, and Colorado, and a few more states rounding about the top 10. That's based on a Smile Hub ranking using metrics like NIH/ACS funding, researchers per capita, clinical trial output, and cancer hospital quality. But where do a lot of folks actually live? Texas, Florida, Georgia, New York, California are among the largest by Black population, and 56% of Black Americans live in the South. And here's the problem. The research map and the Black people map don't line up. In fact, that mismatch can mean fewer nearby NCI designated cancer centers, fewer clinical trials you can realistically access without traveling, and fewer chances to get cutting edge treatment early, because a lot of clinical trial participation is still very show up in person repeatedly. So when people say health disparity, it's not just doctors being biased, though that happens too. It's infrastructure, it's geography, it's who gets shiny new options within driving distance versus who gets thoughts and prayers and a long wait list. Bottom line, if the US is serious about ending cancer, the money and the research hubs have to expand into places where Black communities are concentrated, not just where the prestige universities already sit. Because right now, cancer breakthroughs are being built like luxury condos, gorgeous, and priced out of reach for the very people getting hit the hardest. And that is one of the main reasons why I'm trying to get my mama up here. But that is it for your medical stuff. Now we're going to switch to, Now we're going to switch to a palate cleanser because this one is funny as hell. And I don't know what else to tell you. I'm going to do my commercial right after this, but y'all need to see this shit first. I can't even play with you and distract you with this one. Check this out. Black internet responds to boxer getting his toupee literally knocked off during a match. Man, you got your pop literally popped. Your top got popped. Wow. So Saturday, January 31st, 2026 at Madison Square Garden, heavyweight boxer Jarrell Big Baby, oh wow, Miller fought Kingsley Ibe, and the punchline showed up before the final bell. In round 2, Miller takes some shots up top and baby, the toupee starts lifting like it's trying to escape the building. The adhesive said, "I don't get paid enough for this." And suddenly the whole arena is watching a man fight for his legacy and his hairline at the same time. This is a hot mess, sir. Why did you have your hair cut like that? Wow! The wild part, the hairpiece didn't just come off. Reports say it basically stayed in the ring like an uninvited guest, getting more screen time than some undercard fighters. Then Miller comes back to the corner, realizing the secret is out, and does the only thing he can do when your wig's been exposed on national attention. He snatches it off and tosses it to the crowd because if you're gonna take an L, at least make it a souvenir. I had something like that happen to me. I was at karaoke in Korea. I had on this cute little short wig and I just didn't want to do my damn hair. And I was hot as hell. So I'm sitting up there singing a song, and I guess I bounced my head one too many times. This was before we had glueless wigs, y'all, and I really didn't know how to put these motherfuckers in. Because this was when you was using bobby pins. That bitch flew all the way into a corner. I was like, woo, it got cool up in here. Then I reached up and my head was none but a wig cap. Ooh, I was so embarrassed. That was a damn shame. But it was funny. I ain't ashamed about that. It happened. Who cares? I actually have hair. Y'all seen it. Anyways, moving on back to this. Let's see. More and then let's see. And he still won split decision. So I think they gave him the win because of that shit. I think he really got that decision because of that shit right there. So now he's walking out with victory and a new fan base of people who don't even like boxing. They just like mess. Look, people can clown, but I'll give him this. He didn't crumble. He didn't stop fighting. Didn't act precious. He said, all right, y'all caught me. Now watch me work, because I so didn't hide either when my damn wig flew off. That's a level of unbothered you can't teach. Moral of the story: protect your scalp, and if you can't protect your sense of humor. Because I mean, I'm more bothered by the way your hair is just sticking up, even in the front. You should have just cut that shit off right there. I don't even know why you just did. Just go bald, sir. Just go bald. I wish they had a show the before and after picture, because I really want to know what did he look like before that damn wig popped off. But anyways, that is neither here nor there. I actually got to the last story and I'm shocked as hell. So yay for me. Before I do it, I'm going to do my little commercial again and I'll give you a little explanation. If you like what I do, great. If you don't like what I do, or if you have some suggestions that could maybe pep this up a little bit better, hit me up in the comments. Don't be like that damn stalker. I do cam up every 100 people. And please remember, any little shorts you see are not the full fucking thing. But anyways, check out my commercial. Like, share, subscribe, follow, whatever the fuck. And I'll be right back.
It's just me and the fam. 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 Yeah, yeah. It's just me and the fam. See my little Tay-Tay, that's my hype girl, that's my mascot. No one's go for hours and some hours till we pass out. Stay inside the house, turned up with them racks out. Stay inside the house, turn.
All right, we're back. And as I said before, I'm still following these people. These animals. Y'all thought I was playing. No, I have made this my new journey, my new life's journey. I'm watching them as they position themselves for their attack, because they're going to attack. I know they are. So here we go. Raccoon stows away to Belarus in a shipped car. What kind of car? Okay, we'll talk about it. Anyways. Now, this is just pure what in the National Geographic After Dark is happening. Customs officials in Belarus found a raccoon stowed away in a car shipped from the United States. Not hiding under seats, not tucked in the trunk. This little criminal mastermind was reportedly napping on the dashboard like he paid for first class. Okay, if you look closely, there he is right there in this corner. Okay, you see that? Yeah, that's that little bastard right there. I'm surprised he's still alive. Shit, how did he live? I'm telling you, these animals are planning something. This motherfucker went all the way to Belarus from the United States so he could talk to that damn cow. I know it. Anyways, custom officials in Belarus found I already told you that. They took him to Oshmayani. I swear to God, that's what it looks like. District veterinary station, and the apparently showed up with a strong appetite, starting with eggs, then upgrading to the menu of crab sticks and fresh grapes. Damn, he got treated well. That's not survival. That's survival food. That's brunch, sir. Yes. What did you give him? A mimosa too? They named him Senya, and he's been in quarantine with officials set to decide his next home after the quarantine period. Are there raccoons in Belarus? Is there a national a natural habitat for this motherfucker? I'm just wondering. Would he understand Belarusian fucking raccoons? I don't know. I want to know. This is just unbelievable. This is I don't care. It's sensational. Anyways, whew, wow. Let's see here now. Possibly he might go to a zoo or another facility area depending on what they choose. And honestly, I respect the hustle. Raccoons are already built like tiny mass burglars, and this one said, "I'm going global. No passport, no visa interview, just vibes, audacity, and a shipping container." Shit, we all need to travel like him then. But on the real, animals getting transported like that can be dangerous for them, like I said, and for the ecosystem. So it's good they quarantined him and got him checked out. That motherfucker's on his way to that cow, I'm telling you. Still, the image of a raccoon posted up on a dashboard, sleepy and unbothered, is the most relatable. Oh, that's what happened. He probably hibernated. The relatable "I'm tired of this country" headline I've seen all week. And I understand it. I would have done it too. I totally understand. This country sucks. Let's go to Belarus. I don't know what the fuck's going on in Belarus, but I think we need to learn. Shit. That damn raccoon knows what it's doing, but I still think he's on his way to Denmark to talk to that cow who uses utensils to scratch her back and probably hit people with sticks. And then they'll be back, because I'm telling you, these damn animals are situating shit. You don't believe me, but you will when everybody, we fighting, the Democrats fighting the Republicans, you keep playing around. Them motherfuckers gonna swoop up and take everything from us. Go ahead and play around. I'm telling you, I'm keeping my eye on them now. I am keeping my eye on them. But that is it for my show. Thank y'all so much for coming. If you like what I did, as I said before, hit the comments, hit the subscribe button, and chill out with me, because I'm trying to build a community, and I really wouldn't be nothing without y'all. Thank y'all very much. Have a good night, and goodbye. Where the hell's my outro?
I can't say no, I always gotta go. Playing house to stay home with my soul on the road. I can't say no, I always gotta go. Playing house to stay home with my soul on the road.